Hello everybody, welcome welcome to the inside of my truck. Normally I start off my videos, I welcome you to the shop. I enjoy you guys checking out and spending some time in the shop. We're on a little bit of a trip today because of some incidences that we've had on the farm. And some of you guys have experience with this, so please be sure to go down and tell me about your experiences and comment down below. Let me know how you've dealt with the problems I'm about to describe with you that I've been having. Yeah, I know. You're gonna eat me, right? I'm not a dad that gives my kids money to spend. Some people think it's bad, some people think it's good. I will help them along the way with different things, but I make them earn their money. They raise hens and they sell chicken eggs. So they have to take care of the hens, they have to feed them, water them, clean out the pens, gather the eggs, wash the eggs, put them in cartons, and then they'll sell them. Well, herein lies the problem. We had, at the beginning of this past year, about 160 hens. Right now I got about 12 of those 160 birds left. Now, some of them have died of natural causes just because of age, but a lot of them disappeared fairly fast and we could not figure out where they all went. So I installed a game camera. I called the Game and Freshwater Fish Commission. I said, hey y'all, I got a bobcat, I got him on camera, I can tell you about what time he's coming, where he's traveling, and you know, I know his routine pretty well. Can you please come out and trap it and relocate it? And they said, no, we don't do that. They said, you can kill the animal or you can trap the animal. I leave at about 5 a.m. for work in the morning. And the camera at about 4:58 in the morning captured the bobcat walking around the trap trying to figure out how to get into the chickens. At 5:08, the camera captures me leaving for work and I went out to check the trap. So between 4:58 and 5:08, I actually caught this bobcat, and if I had gotten up just a few minutes earlier and left a few minutes earlier for work, that cat would have, you know, been scared away. I wouldn't have been able to catch the cat. So a lot of you guys who watch the channel, you've seen down here before. Just for point of reference, there's a barn we built a couple of years ago. And these are the chicken coops. Obviously you can tell that's an old carport. I turned that into a nice roomy chicken coop. There's Mr. Turkey. This is where we've got our adolescent birds right now. You'll see that on camera. That's where the bobcat was trying to get into. Here's where we set the bobcat trap. This is just a little something I cobbled together from some borrowed traps. Live chickens go in here. Got it surrounded by sheet metal. And I've got a piece of sheet metal I put over the end. So he could smell the birds, but he couldn't see them from the top or the sides. Obviously I have everything weighted down. Put these pallets on each side here. And then here's the business end of the trap. Yeah, I hear you. You're not happy with me right now. Yeah, I hear you. So you'd think as mean as he's being, I'd be like upset with him or whatever. I'm not upset with him. He was doing what he did. He's trying to find food, but can't have him here on the farm. Can't let him go in the woods. He'll just make his way back. So what we're going to do is we're going to take him a long way from here to some private land that's close to some national forest land. I got a piece of property that I have access to that'll let me let the animal go there. And the guy's got about 80 acres up there that borders national forest. So this guy can have a regular home. He's not happy with me. He's a big cat, for sure. So here's what I came up with. The trap has a natural handle right there. That's part of where the gate slides. The gate's wire tied shut, so it can't open until I'm ready. But if I stick my fingers through there, that cat right there is going to eat my lunch. So I grabbed a bail hook, mattress hook if you're a fireman, bail hook if you're a farmer, and I'm going to put the bail hook through there, and I can have a handle to pick this up without him eating my ass, because believe me, that cat right now wants to do nothing but eat me alive. Oh, I didn't realize that there actually is a handle here. I don't know if I want to, I'll be honest, I don't know if I want to put my fingers that close to that. That guy is not a friend of the Do-Ray Fabrication YouTube channel right now. So we'll head over here, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. You know, this has all kind of not really been planned out. I just figured that I would have to put the animal down, was kind of my original thought here. It is what it is. I've lost probably 120 chickens total. Yeah, maybe a little even more than that, counting he's taken probably almost 15 of my new birds, the adolescent birds. And so I figured we wind up just dispatching him and putting him down, but it's such a pretty animal, you know, I don't want to. And thought I had a piece of this material here left over from making the kids' teepee. I do. The wind blew it. That's the kids' teepee. It's an old billboard sign, the covering from a billboard. Still see the inside of it, right? It's Big Mama's house. There's Big Mama. It's an advertisement when that movie came out. And it was free. Cost me about $5 to make the whole thing for the boys. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap that cat up in this. Wrap the cage, not the cat. That'll keep the wind and rain. It's supposed to start raining here this afternoon. We're gonna have a long trip. And a lot of y'all have watched the barn be built a couple years back. And so right in here, it's gonna be a 16-foot deep, 50-foot wide lean-to that I can put all of the trailers, implements, and that kind of stuff underneath. Because what winds up happening in the big barn is exactly what you see here. I gotta move stuff to get to stuff. And I don't like that. I don't mind the big tractors being in the barn, but all my implements, disc harrows, plow, grapple, mower, box blade, all that stuff just sits out there because if I bury it in the barn, well, it's buried in the barn. All right, guys, we're in the back of my Dodge pickup, and you can see that this is just a piece of material we have covering him. Not sure if you can see through there, but it's open on both ends. Yeah. It's hard not to jerk when he comes at you because he's not happy. But we're leaving this end open and that end open. We got some weather moving in today on this trip, so I don't want him to get rained on, but I want him to have plenty of air moving through here. He's not up against the end of the truck. There's, I don't know, 18 inches or so. So I've got him also ratcheted. I say him. Sorry if it's the wrong vernacular. I don't know what you identify as, buddy, except a Bobcat, but sorry if I called you a him when you're a her. I don't see any beans and carrot, but you know, I'm not really going to probe around in there to see if I see the beans and carrot. Whatever it is, I'm good with it. Well, I call the Florida Game and Freshwater Fish Commission. Basically, they ran through, you have to have somebody, if you're going to catch it and release it, somebody's got to give you permission to put that animal on their land. It's got to be at least 40 acres. Luckily, I have a friend who has some property up in the north part of Florida. It's a very similar oak hammock, wet pine, dry pine, kind of rolling area of the state. Very similar to where I live, and he's given me permission. He's got 80 acres, permission to release this animal onto the property. The neat thing about it is, just like my property backs up to national wildlife land, his property backs up to national wildlife land. The difference is there's not farms around where he lives. It's very, very remote, very little human interaction. We're driving there now. So what we're gonna do, I'll set the camera up back here on the tripod, and then we'll take the cage down, take the twisty tie off it. Speaking of beans and carrot, right here I need to protect my own. Then I'm gonna get up in the truck with a strap to that, and I'm gonna open it, and he's gonna get out of there, and that way I'm up off of the ground and I don't have to be at ground level with him in case he tries to eat my ass. Come on. Come on. The weird thing about cages and freedom, sometimes you don't know that you have it. There you go. Well, now that the proverbial cat is out of the bag, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and if you've got any experience trapping these kind of animals, be sure to leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon.